Came outside and he's like, first of all, why did you become an electrician? All of his connection point for grounding was all rusted up, and it looked like in the inside there was an explosion, that something happened before. So I started taking pictures of everything inside the gutter. I took thermal reading inside the gutter, all that stuff too. And I showed him the picture on the tablet. It was, you know, very transparent. I was like, hey, you got a bigger issue here than just replacing the wires from aluminum to copper. You have water that is getting into this, and it's rusting up everything. Literally, the gutter looked like it's been there forever, but it's only been there for a couple years. I asked the customer, I was like, hey, did the other electricians show you this? Did they show you that your gutter, your grounding system, the wires, connection points, everything in there was pretty much compromised by the water, and the morning sun hits that gutter box in the morning, so it's steaming up everything. Also, inside the Polaris connector, there was a clear Polaris connector. Inside it was also rusting in the inside, and I'll show you that later too. You know, as soon as I showed him everything, and I was very transparent with him, you know, I sat down with him, his wife, and his mother-in-law. They're living there. Because water was leaking into the gutter, there's a hole in the back of the house where the wire comes into, and water, it leaked in there and into his wall. On the other side of that wall is his mother-in-law's bedroom. So I did recommend him to get a mold specialist, because how long has this been happening? It's just kind of atrocious and kind of sickening that he had other electricians there and nobody told him about it. Nobody said, hey, there's a problem here beyond just, you know, replacing your aluminum with copper. The actual gutter is up pretty high too, so he's, you know, he's an older guy. He's not going to get on his step stool or ladder or anything and, you know, peep in the inside. So anyways, after everything, I went inside and sat down with his wife and him and his mother-in-law, and kind of explained everything as far as what needs to get done there. They all concur that what I recommended needed to get done. Period. There's no shortcut around it. There's no quick fix. There's no band-aid fix or anything. The main thing is that his grounding system is totally compromised in there. Grounding is by far the most important thing in your electrical system. It was kind of interesting sitting down with them, because the mother-in-law was like, first he said, all right, we have to vote on this. It was between the three of them. He's like, well, you know, I definitely want to move forward, Benny, but I have another electrician coming here in a little bit. Wife is like, well, you know, I trust Benny. I want to move forward. And then his mother-in-law said, whatever my son-in-law says goes. So I'm like, okay, well, you know, they're going to wait off and they're going to get another electrician here. I basically, at that time, I was like, look, either you're going to waste your time with another electrician being here. Another electrician is not going to point out to you the issues and the problem that you're having here, because it's kind of a big fix. You know, a lot of electricians and a lot of people out there, when they go to their house, they just want to do the quick fix and just get in, get out. You know, they don't worry about the safety, the long-term safety, the long-term value of the house and the safety of the house for people living there. They just want to go in and out and make their whatever amount of money. You know, as soon as I said something like that, they decided, they're like, hell with it. Let's move forward. How much it's going to cost? And I told him the price again. I told him, hey, you know, get the GUBRUD'S membership. It's going to save you some money. And plus it comes with a whole house inspection later on, which they definitely need to have somebody inspect their electrical once a year. He wants a permanent fix. And of course, the safety of his mother-in-law is his big concern too. We're gonna go there. We're gonna make everything right. We're also going to explain everything to him from beginning to end on what we did. He loved it that I was able to send him pictures and thermal readings and all that stuff. And he understands all that, because the guy is an ex-electrician. You can't fake it in this industry with somebody that is in his 70s and 80s and has been an electrician all of his life. He understands about Ohm's law, grounding, all that stuff. But, you know, he is a little bit older and can't do any of that stuff anymore. He can't check up on his own work. So he needs a company that is able to do everything and is able to be transparent with him and be able to explain everything to him. And you can use all the technical jargon with him and he gets it, you know. The cool part is me being able to take care of a retired veteran electrician. He actually was also in the Vietnam War too. So we definitely want to take care of our vets. Take care of our vets, take care of our senior citizen, take care of them for a lifetime, take care of their family. That's kind of what GUBRUD'S is all about. We're not just there just for quick cash. We're there for the lifetime of the customer. Be able to take care of them, answer questions or whatever they need. How are you?
This is going to be just like Northern Hollywood.
So I tell you what, today we have
No, here you go. How you doing?
Good.
Doing
Good to see you again.
Rick.
Luis.
O'Neill. No.
Nice to meet you, Levi.
I'm John.
John.
Yeah, good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
So we got a gentleman here. He's going to document a couple things, you know, if it's okay with
Oh
you
yeah, I
and all
want
that
everything
stuff.
documented because I'm fighting them.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
They wanted to do the work. We told them who's doing it, so I want to see them drive by today with their shit.
Well, we want to have the right people do it and to do it correctly, not temporary pad, not temporary fix.
See, I had 8 people come out,
More than that.
and you're the only one that even said anything about it.
So 8. It was more
Yeah.
than 3.
8.
What? 8. And you're an ex-electrician too.
Yeah, and I got to get this out of my mind before I forget about it. Outside gutters supposed to have ears so you don't compromise the integrity of the can.
Yes, something like that. Yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
See,
Also,
I
it's
mean,
supposed to be sealed all the way around.
You know, I never got into code and all that stuff because, like I told you, I was always told what to do. You know, I was just maintenance. You know, you just did what you did.
Yeah.
But you know, just the workmanship there was.
Yeah, it was just crappy. All right. So
40 years, I never had anything come back on me. Never.
guys, this is where we're gonna bust the stucco to try to get the wire in here. There's a big giant hole right here. You got some cookies in
We
there?
got goodies.
Yeah, what kind of cookies?
Chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip, awesome.
Anybody allergic to peanuts or tree nuts?